What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Trading Wars. Today, I'm going to be doing a day trading recap for SPY, Uber, MU, and PLTR. So, if you're ready, let's step into the war zone. All right. So, like each and every day, the first thing that we want to do is identify the levels before we come into the day. Okay. So here's the hourly chart for futures, and overnight we had made this low. So this was the low coming into the opening session, which was right over here. So the major levels that I had drawn, if we go to a 15-minute chart, we had the overnight low, we had the previous day's low, and we had the previous day's high. So coming right into the open and also looking at SPY, if I get rid of that Fibonacci, we could see that we were pressed up right against the previous day's high. So anytime we're pressed up right against the previous day's high, we have to be thinking either we're gonna have a false breakout or we're gonna squeeze through. So when we were looking at this price action here, we had a nice inside bar short signal, but within two candles, this inside bar was never triggered, and instead we put in this flag pattern. We had higher lows like this with a flat top. So that pattern was a great sign that the shorts were losing momentum as we failed to break any of these major lows. And as soon as we broke through this top right here, we had a beautiful, beautiful squeeze right off of the open. So the way you could have played this setup here is once we've seen that we had 1, 2, 3, 4 wicks, we could have just had a long entry right above these wicks. And depending on if you want to get really tight, you could put it right below this candle. Or if you want to be a little bit more conservative, you can put it below that candle. And that was just a very simple trade, squeeze to at least 2.5 all the way up to 5R basically. Okay. And then right after that, what was the next setup? Well, we had this nice inside bar right here. And using my inside bar system, I got the confirmation here that I needed to go long. And this was a nice, beautiful squeeze hitting 3 times our risk. So the morning was very clean and methodical. Very good setup here. So let's look at that. Pull this down. So more than 3R. So that was a really, really easy morning action. Okay, because once we broke through the previous day's high, pretty much know that the shorts are in trouble here. So this was a great play as well. And then if we look at the high, if we're playing just based on candlesticks, we had this really, really nice inverted doji hammer, which was really, really powerful. And if we play off of that, we could draw the next Fibonacci from the swing low to the swing high, which is right here. And then we noticed that we tagged the 50% retracement exactly and then made a new low, trading to the basically to the 50% extension. So we had a few great setups today. We had this breakout, we had this inside bar, and then we had this 50%. If you're very aggressive, you can take this inverted hammer altogether. So very, very fair setups today. Guys, if you like my setups here and you want to work with me, please join the apprentice program or buy my book. It explains a lot of these setups and the fibs and everything. So I'm hoping that these are adding value to you. And now let's move on to Uber. Okay, so Uber was a part of the hot watch list that I put out yesterday. So I put out this watch list. I want to show you guys. I call it the hot inside bar closes a watch list, basically. So basically all of these stocks, Uber, MU, and PLTR, had closed with an inside day on the previous day. So what does that mean? Well, let's look at the daily chart. So what it means is that Uber had closed with a candle that was inside the previous day's range. And anytime we have that type of formation, we're expecting some breaking out either to the upside or to the downside. Which way, we don't really know, but we look for clues at the open to help us determine, which way we want to go. So the first 5-minute candle broke through the previous day's high very aggressively. And then we had this nice inside bar set up. And this was the best play on the day right here. Just taking this inside bar long, stop below, easily 3-4R, and it's still going into the close. The next setup from there was because we had this impulsive leg. Let's draw the Fibonacci, and look at this. We tagged the 50%, and then we are trading to the target. So that setup is from my book. So get a copy if you don't have one already, okay? Then the next setup was MU. So same thing with MU. We broke through the high. There wasn't an inside bar setup, but there was a nice, beautiful double bottom setup. So the double bottom, we had this nice double bottom pattern at the previous day's high. We held it, and then we ripped higher. And for PLTR, this is one of my special Fibonacci plays. taking the range of the previous day's high and low, and looking at the fib setups. So by taking the range from the low to the high, we had a beautiful 618 that held this morning, and that just ripped and traded exactly to the 618 target. So you see that 618 held, 618 target. So that's what we call symmetry in the market. All right. So thank you very much. I want to keep it nice and short, and look out for the watch list that I'm going to be posting every day. And I hope you guys learned something. Please support me, comment, like, subscribe, check me out on Twitter. All right. Have a great day.